Good morning and happy Wednesday. Welcome back to New Age Custom Farming. If you're new here, my name is Emily. We are a custom farming operation in Wisconsin. And as per usual, we just have a lot going on today on the farm. Avery and I were gone from the farm from Thursday night through Monday night. Yesterday we were back. He chopped some corn. I did some cattle stuff. I'll insert that right after this intro. But then today is full and busy day here on the farm. Already cleaned the calf barn this morning. Got all the heifers locked up because the vet's coming at 11. Loaded up pregnant heifers that are going back to the dairy farm. They're taking them back to the farm now. And it's not even 10:30. And Avery and Greg have been in the shop working on getting the chopper ready for snaplage. So just lots going on this busy day. And because our form of custom farming is harvesting forages for dairies, it's actually World Dairy Expo week this week here in Madison, which is just on the road from us. And so we actually just had visitors here on the farm from another country to just kind of show what harvesting forages is like and stuff. So it's exciting being able to, I was a part of World Dairy Expo when I was in college because of being a student at UW-Madison and stuff, and now I get to have a role in World Dairy Expo by doing tours and stuff of our farm. So that is what just happened now, and I was actually gone all weekend, and so I am coming now to check on the new calves that Dalton picked up while I was gone and just see what's going on in my calf barn. And then Avery has been chopping corn today. I think he's gonna finish today all of our chopping. We'll see. And I don't know what Mason did today, so that's what's happening on the farm. Oh, wow. What are you doing? These are some of the new calves that Dalton picked up while I was gone. They're going crazy. And you're fuzzy. So are you. It's getting cold here now. So cute. What's that sound we've got going on back there?
I'm sharpening Mason's new knives.
Wow, awfully nice of you to work on his machine for him.
Yep.
What else have you done this morning?
We put so when Mason's cutter head blew up, we sent a knife through his processor, so that's wrecked. And then last week, the bearings went out of my processor in my other chopper, in my chopper, so we had to put the spare processor in that chopper. So then this morning we put the spare processor from that chopper into this chopper because Mason's chopper is the only one that can lift this head. That old chopper won't.
This head is for snaplage.
Yeah, it won't lift the corn head, so we had to put the processor in there. And then I put the adapter plate that adapts the chopper to the corn head on. And now we're sharpening the knives. And I was getting a false knock because I'm guessing a knife is still ticking the shear bar. Now we gotta sharpen them a little further. I'm hoping that's a problem. So they're probably just about done sharpening, and then I can get the shear bar adjusted. Then we can put the grain pan under the cutter head so all the grain doesn't land on the ground when it's dry. And then we can go try and do some snaplage and see what else is wrong.
Beautiful.
Something will be wrong, I can guarantee it.
And why can you guarantee that?
Because it's just how my life goes.
You know what's not wrong in your life?
The breester.
Me. And
There you go. Alright, I better get back to work.
Getting our just weaned calves all locked up for when the vet comes here. He'll give them their next round of shots, and then we'll dehorn them. Then go preg check the older heifers. So these ones are all steers, and then since we also custom raise heifers for a dairy farm, the vet comes here for both. So helping with these steers that we have, He'll also castrate any that we missed when we banded them, and then he'll also preg check the heifers for the dairy we raise them for. How's it going? Greggy, how's it going for you?
Great.
I've never heard such enthusiastic people.
Yeah. That must be that one, huh?
It goes to this one. This is the one that drives.
Goes in that one?
Yeah. You see it?
Yeah, I don't think you can leave it in there.
No, just make sure it slides in. You got the right one. See the big fish. Yeah, that's the right one. And take it, throw it in the back of the truck. Shoot me another one.
That one, maybe?
Yeah. Slide that one out.
This one goes where? Oh, so that one's.
Yeah, it can.
Well, I love that because that's the 540 and that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Well, Roland just left in the T9. Avery's rolling out in the chopper, and the 2 boxes are heading out. Greggy's taking the head, and they're off to do snaplage. So we will head on out to the field and see how it goes, because like Avery said, who knows what will happen. We'll also explain what snaplage is, because I honestly didn't know what snaplage was until like a few weeks ago when I clarified it with Avery. So stay tuned to learn all of that fun stuff. Well, this isn't a good sign to walk in on. Both the both the boxes stopped, chopper stopped, and the service truck is out here. So an update so far on snaplage is, once I got out there, as you saw, they were all stopped. I actually brought Avery and Greggy back to the farm for them to start fixing something. So I'm now working on stuff with the calves, and then hopefully they're able to go back out, but we'll see.
So we're out picking beans again today. Going pretty well. This morning, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th day of picking. Haven't been going very well. Just had some bearing troubles. The first day went smooth. We only did like 35 acres. And then the second day went smooth until for the first 35 acres. And then at the end, we took the first one bearing out of the center drapers. I'll show you here when I get to the end. And then got that fixed. Did another 40-50 acres for the day, one day. And then the other bearing, one more bearing went out, and we ended up having to pull the entire belt out of the center of the head, which took to replace all the bearing. We replaced all the bearings, and that took a day pretty much. By the time we pulled it out in the afternoon, then it was a couple days to get parts, and then we put it back together in part of all morning, part of the afternoon, and then picked some more. Picked that night, everything went smooth. The next morning I was greasing the combine and found a bad bearing, so we fixed that. And now this morning I had to replace a bunch of sections. They were just dull, half broke, not cutting well. So now we're cutting well, and everything's going nice. We're in the field we're in. It's where I'm at right now. It's real heavy dirt, and these beans were under probably 3 feet of water at one point, and so it's a surprise that there's even beans here. So yeah, just judging by how, or not 2 feet probably, 2 feet of water on them at some point this spring. Just judging by how the bowl's shaped and everything else, probably about 2 feet of water on them. So you can tell right where they start and stop in the yield monitor. But yeah, other than that, it's going well. Yields are better than expected. Honestly, we're very happy with our yields. Probably some of our better bean yields so far on all of it. So yeah, that's the update. As you can see, like don't focus on my fingers. Right in that area is where the water wasn't. I mean, it was all pretty well water down here. Then there's a little high spot there, but these beans are pretty short. The belt I was talking about, there's one right there and one right there that bring it into the head. But other than that, we're going good. I had to clean that window. But other than that, sample's clean. We're running 4.5 miles an hour with a 45-foot draper. Beans are dry. Stems are dry, which makes picking beans. For those of you that pick beans, you know a dry stem is a blessing. But the moisture on the beans themselves are a little bit lower than we want. They're about 12%. We like them at about 13.5, 14. Put them in the bin, you take a little bit out of them, but you still get the test weight. But yeah, Avery started Snaplage today. We got my chopper back today. Finished corn silage. Well, I guess we have one more day and a half of corn silage left in maybe end of the week, probably more than likely next week, and then we'll be on to picking corn. So yeah, I just got 2 straight trucks and no grain cart today. Just the 2 trucks, fill them, 1 driver, just hops back and forth in between the 2. Works out pretty good.
Well, they're back out at the field and they gave it a little bit of a go, but Avery's driving the chopper back over towards the service truck, so who knows. Got her going for now. Ray thinks she's a lapdog. Trying to block the sun here. All right, while we're waiting for you, this is like insane lighting now. While we're waiting for another wagon for you, can you explain what Snaplage is?
Yeah, so we put the combine head on the chopper. So a combine head kind of separates most of the plant from the ear itself for a combine, so this combine doesn't have to separate as much. So we put the combine head on, so we just chop up basically the ear, or the ear, a little bit of the husk, and whatever leaf does come in. So it's kind of like high moisture corn. Guys are kind of replacing high moisture corn where you shell it with a combine and then grind it with a hammer mill. They're kind of doing this a little bit more because I think they like the husk and the cob and everything in there.
Because it adds more fiber.
Exactly.
I believe it's called PENDF in ruminant nutrition, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, don't quote me either because I don't know what the heck you're talking about, but yeah.
I just remember some learning about that.
Yep.
So basically it's just, we're going through, like you said, with the combine head. So when you see the video of us actually going forward and stuff, the combine head will pick the, like, it goes actually through the rows of corn versus like the chopper is kind of like gathering it, like the chopper head is. This is going through each individual row, taking the cob of corn off, the ear of corn off, and then that whole entire ear is going through the chopper. And how they've explained choppers before is like the processor is in there that goes through, and it's like a millimeter.
Yeah, I'll show you the CP roll, cutter processor roll opening. We can show it right here if you want to switch the camera.
Okay.
That's the size of the opening, 0.181 inches.
So then the plant is going through that 0.181 inches, and then that's what's chopping up the cob into the small bits. So then what's going into the trailer is the corn kernels that are crunched just enough so that they can get the nutrients out of the corn kernels, plus the cob, plus the husk for that fiber.
Yep.
And that's what snaplage is. I also just learned this like not that long ago, because we've always done snaplage. I've just never known what it actually was, because I've typically been in the scale house during this time period.
Yeah, it's a lot tougher to do with a chopper because you still have to fill the wagon, but you have to follow the rows too.
Mm-hmm.
So like with the Kemper head on, which is the normal chopper head that takes the whole plant, you can go wherever you want. I mean, you can cut across rows, diagonal, do whatever you want. Chop circles, you've seen us do it, not follow the rows at all. So that makes it a lot easier to fill wagons versus this. If you go across the row, yeah, you'll still get most of it, but you'll knock a lot of it over too. So
here comes our next wagon. Okay, because I'm a science nerd and I just am curious about this stuff, I had to look back on Google and figure out what PENDF actually stands for, because I just remember that acronym from my ruminant nutrition class. I don't remember what it actually stands for. And it's a measurement of, one sec, no, I forgot. It's a measurement of the feed's fiber that stimulates chewing, so like cud chewing and stuff. So it's a measurement, it's not the actual fiber, but you need fiber to stimulate chewing and saliva production in the cattle so they're actually able to digest the feed that they're feeding them. So that's what fiber is for. I think I need to go back to college again, go back through my animal science degree one more time.
there you go.
Then I can nerd out.
Yep. Science with Emily.
Science with Emily. That should be a segment for the winter.
Okay.
So here you can see what we mean is that and it's kind of dusty, so it's really hard to see, but the corn ahead is actually going through the rows here and it's coming down in between. And then you can see the cobs coming off there, and that's what's going through the augers. I'm sending them to the middle of the machine and then going through the processor. Just a quick give you guys a perspective of what a snaplage looks like in the bunker. It's kind of dark out, so hopefully you can see it good enough, but you'll see obviously there's lots of the husk in here, bits of the cob, and then the actual kernels too. So there you go. That's what snaplage looks like.